Reddit reports. Like, subscribe and hit the bell. The Pope slapped a woman on day 1 of 2020, World War III is trending on day 2, what will happen on day 3?
Bet I white sex scandal.
Go on.
Settle down and zip up your fly. Yellowstone fucking blows.
This reads like an unsatisfied Yelp review of Yellowstone.
You're gonna love the 1-star National Parks Yelp reviews. https://www.adventurejournal.com/2019/08/the AJ list the 17 best bad reviews of national parks on Yelp/.
Greater than there are mosquitoes everywhere and I can get a larger portion of food from Olive Garden for the same price. Hard pass. Restock your beer more frequently, we bought you out in 3 days. I don't think this guy's an outdoors person.
The outdoor bidet had way too much water pressure and it hurt my bum. 1 star.
Greater than paid $20 to get in. Didn't even get to touch lava. What a sham.
We need to arrange for this guy to touch lava on YouTube.
Those were great. Totally reminded me of a woman I overheard while hiking in a national park on a sandstone path. You would think that they would clean up around here? There is sand everywhere. At the very least they should sweep up this sand.
Who can blame her? It's coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere.
https://youtube.b/voxrfgvnja. In case someone missed the Pope slap like me. It's a slap on the hand.
Also out of the loop there. They made it sound like he went a pimp named Slick back on her, but that's a normal reaction to being grabbed like that. These people gotta calm down with that.
Don't make me Pope slap you. A new catchphrase is born. Smile. Yeah, I immediately went to see the video and was surprised because the title of all the articles were clickbait. If he hadn't shrugged himself free, the same news sources could report woman assaults Pope, or security fails Pope, which I would think would be more justified. It must be just as infuriating to be yanked back by someone who forces you to listen to them as it is when your earbuds get yanked out of your ears by the door handle. That he only slapped her, likely to indicate that he wasn't going to go to her, is to me an example of his patience.
Pope nearly dies in assassination attempt. You won't believe what he did next. Then they cut the footage into 20 different 1-second clips that you have to view on separate pages.
Yeah, it looked like that yank might have hurt his shoulder. He wanted her to let go before he got hurt again. I wouldn't even call that a slap.
The Pope broke his wrist back in 2009 or sometime around then, so it's possible that it still causes him pain, especially if it gets yanked like that.
Also, you can't just yank the Pope.
Fun fact, assaulting the Pope is grounds for an instant excommunication from the Catholic Church.
Are you saying that she got off with a slap on the wrist? Someone on the radio said it looked like a grandma slapping a kid's hand that's trying to get into the cookie jar.
Damn, she yanked him pretty hard. Security must have been pretty sleepy.
Yeah, she could have fully stabbed or shot him in that time if her intentions had been different.
Thank you for that. Pope slapped a woman comes across as a pretty big scandal, but seeing the video he was justified. You don't treat anyone, especially an 83-year-old Pope, that way. If you aren't going to let go, be prepared for the consequences. I'd have done the same. She yanked on his hand. Pope isn't exactly a youth. That could have injured his hand, wrist, elbow or shoulder. She is lucky one of his bodyguards didn't decide to take action instead.
Apparently he broke his wrist a while ago too, so that must have made it worse.
Agreed. That video goes on about women being hit, abused, etc. Sorry, don't care that it was a woman. She grabbed him forcefully and deserved the slap. If it was a man, same thing emo.
That shit was completely justified. Ridiculous, he needed to apologize for that.
He wasn't apologizing because there's pressure to do so. He apologized because he is the Pope and, in his eyes, any act of violence is shameful, no matter how small. He wasn't wrong. He just also recognized his own failure to live up to his own standards in that particular situation.
This is a very wholesome response, despite the fact that she shot John Lennon.
Greater than I apologize for the bad example set yesterday. I should have slapped her in her dumb face.
That person would just not let go. Eesh.
World War IV is trending.
4? Did I sleep through 3?
See, that is the beauty of WW4. It's gonna be so horrific it'll skip World War III and go directly to WW4. I remember when Winamp 5 was released, their slogan was "So good we skip to number." There were 4 reasons. 1. It's so good we skip to number. 2. It's been a long time and it's a huge update, so we skip to number. 3. It's sort of a combo of 2 and 3, so add them together. 4. No one wanted to see a Winamp 4 skin.
I'd Palpatine probably gonna show up in a Death Star or something.
And there will be no day 4. With the way the movies are going, he'd show up in a planet-destroying TIE fighter.
That can light speed skip while pew-pewing planets between each jump.
Minecraft 2.
Cave update.
Oops, saw creepers. The dollar goes under. We now use Cheerios as currency.
You trying to cheat me? These are golden grahams. We don't take your European Union money here.
But we brought back the Golden Graham standard.
Malaysian Airlines MH370 lands in Beijing and no one on board realizes they lost almost 6 years.
Alright, this would be pretty interesting.
Pretty sure op is referencing manifest https://n m.wikipedia.org/wiki/manifest_tv_series. Honest to God, never heard of it. Is it worth watching? My superpower, creating awesome original stories that were made into average TV shows a year earlier.
My sister and I watched the whole first season, and season 2 is soon to come out. It was good in the beginning, but I'm not sure where they're going and they don't seem to know either, so I have doubts. Visually it's not amazing either, special effects are kinda terrible, but if you like slow burn with okay characters and a lot of build-up without answers, then it's the show for you.
If you like sex without the orgasm, then.
Unfortunately, no. It started promising but didn't go anywhere good. Go watch some good shows instead, like The Expanse and Mr. Robot. Edit. I highly suggest everyone to check out The Expanse. It has 8.5 on IMDb, with season 3 and 4 having 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's most likely the best sci-fi this decade. S1 has a very detective/noir feel to it, but later in S2 and onwards, it gets more focused on space sci-fi.